Now it's time to see how we can send data back from the second activity to the main activity. But first I'm going to go inside activity second.xml to add a button here. I'm going to go to design. I'm going to drag a button here below of our activity text. I'm going to constrain it horizontally and vertically. I'm gonna push it up a little bit. Let's change the text. So I'm gonna go here. I created a string for the text. So we go here, we delete this, and type string button go back. Now if I go to design, we see that we have go back, but let's set all caps to false. So let's go to code, and then let's type here all caps to false. So now if you go to design, we have the letters in lowercase. Now let's see what ID this button has, and let's call it button go back. Let's press enter, click on refactor. Let's go to second activity, and let's create a button here, private, latent it, var go back button of type button. Now we need to connect that button with the widget button, so I'm gonna type here go back button equals find view by ID r.id dot button go back to activity. I think that is, no, it's not that. Button go back is, so button go, let's delete this, r.id, this one, button go back. And again we have this underlined, but it's not a problem, that will disappear. I'm gonna set on click listener to button go back, so I'm gonna type here go back button dot set on click listener, press enter. Now what I'll do, I'll create a constant, so I'm gonna go inside the utils, I'm gonna create another constant, and this actually I have the, if you don't have this, just type here constant val request or result code equals, and you define here a number. Then you go back inside the second activity, and here you're gonna type val intent equals to get intent. So we're gonna get the intent that was that enter in our activity. So with the intent which enter in our activity, now we get in that intent. Alright, so here we type set result, and we have the result code and the intent. So we're gonna pass here, and I'm gonna type here constants dot result code and the intent. And then I'm gonna type finish to close this activity. Alright. Now I'm gonna go back inside the main activity, because now here we need to create the code which is gonna respond to the, when we are coming back from the second activity to main activity, we need to capture that data somehow. And we also need to start the activity and to make sure that that activity, the intent is gonna come back from the same activity with some result, and for that we need to use a different function. But first let's add an ID to our text view. Actually we have an ID, because we're going to display the data which is coming from the second activity. So I'm going to go inside the main activity, I'm going to type private latent it var text view data, let's call it, it's going to be of type text view. Now here we're going to type text view data, equals find view by id r.id dot text view. Right, and this text view is going to display the data which is coming back from the second activity. Now I'm going to go up here and I will type here val get result, because we're going to get the result back from the second activity. I'm going to put equals, and I'm going to type here register activity for result, and here I'm going to type start activity for result. We put parentheses here and we put a lambda here, so I'm going to put curly braces and press enter. Now here I'm going to type if it dot result code equals to constants dot result code, then that means that we got back the data which was sent by the intent that was previously entering the second activity, and now that the intent is sending back the data, and by checking if the result code is equal to constant as result code, we're checking to see if the data which is coming back is the data that is from this intent. This is why we're checking there. And if that is true, I'm gonna put curly braces, press enter, and here I'm gonna type val, let's say message equals to it dot get it dot data dot get string extra constants, and let's see what we gave here. Actually, we didn't put here data, so let's type here intent dot put extra. Let's type here we have a constant for that. Let's see, message to constants. So this is the key that message to key, and it's gonna say hello from the second activity. Now let's go back inside the main activity. Constants dot message to key. So we're gonna get that data. So now we're getting the data, and this is basically saying that it can be null. So this is why we have this underline here, and we can solve that by typing it. Actually, we know that it's not going to be null, so I'm going to put here 2 exclamation marks to say that it's going to be fine. It's not going to be null. Then I'm going to type text view result dot text equals message. Now we need to start our intent, and we're going to start our intent using this get result that we define here, because we're going to start the intent. Our intent is going to register for our result, and it's going to also check to see if when it's coming back, it's going to check to see if the result code is equal to the result code that we define in the second activity. And if that is true, we'll get the data and going to display the data in text view result. So here we need to type get result dot launch, and here now we're passing the intent. So I'm going to pass here intent. So this is how we do it. So now if I run this, Alright, so our app opened. Let's click to go to. And we're now in the second activity. Now let's click on go back. And to get the text hello from the second activity. So everything works fine. So our code is working fine here. So again, what we are doing here is we are first creating a variable get result, and we are storing in the variable get result this thing that is gonna register the activity for result. So it's not gonna simply start the activity. It's gonna start the activity and it's gonna register for a result that is gonna come back. And if the result code that is coming back from that intent is the same code that was defined on the intent which passed the data, this code, then in that case it will assign, it will get the string extra, so it will get the information, and it will assign to our text view text, and we're gonna see hello from the second activity. So everything works fine. So alright, so this is our discussion about how we can send data back from the second activity. So see you in the next video. And if you find this confusing, just you can watch the video again, or you can look at the code and you can think about how all of this works and why this works. But it's not that hard. What we're doing is basically we register the activity for results. So we're not just starting an activity. We starting the activity and we're expecting a result, and then we check to see if the result code is equal to the code which was passed from the second activity when the data was passed. After that, we get data using the key, and we display the data in our text view. And here we use the get result to start the activity, but we're gonna start the activity by registering the activity for results. So it's not gonna be simply start activity and the intent. We have get result that launch. So it's gonna launch the activity with this register for activity result, which is gonna listen for the data which is coming back. So this is our discussion about how to send back data back from a second activity, and see you in the next video.